Welcome back, my dear students. In the previous video, we had learned first part of 30-60-90 theorem, where we proved that the side opposite to 30 degree is half of hypotenuse. Now today we will do the second part of the theorem, that is the side opposite to 60 degree. 60 degrees opposite side is BC. The side opposite to 60 degree is root 3 upon 2 the hypotenuse. Root 3 upon 2 of the hypotenuse. Okay. Now this theorem is very important because it is repeated in your SSC also, in your 10th standard also. So please learn it well. So same figure I have drawn, which we had drawn in the first part. In triangle ABC, right, given. You might be knowing how to prove the theorem. In triangle ABC, angle A is equal to 60 degree, angle B equal to 90 degree, and angle C is 30 degree. Now to prove, so I'll write it here. To prove, we have to prove that the side opposite to 60 degree, 60 degrees opposite side is BC. So I'll write to prove BC is equal to root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse. What is the name of the hypotenuse? Root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse. What is the name of the hypotenuse of this triangle? AC. So root 3 upon 2 into AC. This we have to prove. Okay. So keep this in mind always. You have to look at this always. Now same construction we will do. What will we do? We will extend side AB to point D such that AB is congruent to BD, and then we will join DC. After that, we will prove the two triangles congruent. Same test we will get by SAS test. Okay. So till that you get it, and then we will meet. So pause the video, do the construction, take these two triangles and prove them congruent, and then we will meet. Okay. Till then don't copy. Start. Okay, so I hope you have got all these steps. Okay, so you took triangle ABC and triangle DBC in proper order. Double marked to right angle. Double marked to right angle. AB congruent to BD, construction. BC congruent to BC, common side. And angle ABC congruent to angle DBC, each 90 degree. So both the triangles are congruent by SAS test. Now again same thing we have to prove. We want to prove that this big triangle is equilateral triangle. Okay, so keep this point fixed in your mind. In 30, 60, 90, what is our aim? We want to prove that the big triangle is a equilateral triangle. So once you get that thing in your mind, you will get the connection on your own. No need to by heart it. Please don't go for by hearting. Keep these main points in your mind and you will get it clearly. Okay. So we got that if angle BAC is 60 degree and both the triangles are congruent, so angle BDC will also be 60 degree. CACT. So after proving the triangles congruent, you will write, therefore angle, what is the name of the angle? BAC. Angle BAC congruent to angle BDC. BDC by CACT, corresponding angles of congruent triangle. Now check in this name. Are these falling into place? BAC. Yes. BAC. Second, first, third. BDC. Second, first, third. Correct. Okay. So everything is coming correctly. Both are congruent CACT. So if BAC is 60 given in the figure, so BDC will also be 60. So you will write same. Angle BAC equal to angle BDC is equal to 60 degree. So if two angles are 60 degree in this big triangle ADC, if these two angles are 60 degree, then obviously the third angle, that is angle C, will also be 60 degree. So you will write Therefore, angle, name of the third angle is, which letter is here? ACD. Therefore, angle ACD is also 60 degree. How? Angle sum property of a triangle. Angle sum property of a triangle. In the previous proof, we had written the full property. Sum of the measures of angles in a triangle is 180. Here I have written it in another way. Angle sum property of a triangle. Yes. So therefore, which triangle is an equiangular? All the angles are equal. Triangle ADC became an equiangular triangle. Triangle ADC is an equiangular triangle. Equiangular. Then you will write, if it is equiangular, then triangle ADC is also an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Okay. So if it is an equilateral triangle, all three sides of the triangle will be congruent. Write down. Therefore, side AD congruent to side DC, congruent to side AC. All sides are congruent. Okay. AD is congruent to DC is congruent to AC. All three sides. AD is congruent to DC is congruent to AC. All three sides became congruent because it is an equilateral triangle. Now in the first part, we had taken the construction. We wrote AB is half of AD, so AB will be half of AC. Okay, like that we got the first part. It was too simple. Now in this part, we want root, no? BC is equal to root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse, no, AC. So we want this root part and all. So we can't go by the previous method. So what we will do here is, we will first write all the three sides congruent like this. Then we will take the construction part also. From the previous case we got AB is equal to half of AD. This was the construction, no? AB is equal to half of AD. This AB is half of the big side AD. Now in place of AD, I will write, therefore AB is equal to half of AC. Okay, this I will write because AD is equal to AC. So this you want, you can give it as number 1 and this you can give it as number 2. This one you can give it as number 2. So from 1 and 2, you got this. AB is equal to half of AC. Okay. Highlight this. Put it in a box. This is till the previous theorem. Till the previous theorem you have to get. Now we will use the right angle triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, we will apply Pythagoras theorem. So where is triangle ABC? This is triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, by Pythagoras theorem, I can say that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Pythagoras theorem, write it down. AC square is equal to, in triangle ABC, we will apply Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, apply Pythagoras theorem in this green triangle. So therefore, hypotenuse side square, AC square is equal to one side square plus other side square. So AB square plus BC square. Now remember what we had highlighted, no, that we will substitute. AC square will remain as it is. What we got in the previous step? We got this, no? Just see, I told you to highlight. We got AB is equal to half of AC. So where you see AB, there we will write half of AC. So here see, we got AB. So here we will write half of AC. Half of AC, and this is whole square, the whole square. Plus BC square we will write as it is. Okay. So therefore, so here we will write from what we took. So this step you give it as number 3. This you give it as number 3. So we can write here from 3. Okay. Now let us open the bracket. So therefore, AC square is equal to 1 upon 2, the whole square will be 1 upon 4. AC square plus BC square. Now we will take this part to the opposite side. Let BC square remain here. So I will write it as AC square minus 1 upon 4 AC square is equal to BC square. This part I took to the opposite side. Now cross multiply 4 AC square minus AC square upon 4 is equal to BC square. Cross multiply 4 AC square minus AC square upon 4. Now 4 AC square minus AC square, here 1 we have, no? 4 minus 1 will be 3 AC square upon 4 is equal to BC square. Now what we will do? We will take the square root. Okay, taking square roots. Now please go to the part which we want to prove so that it will give you an idea. We wanted to prove, just see to prove BC is equal to root 3 upon 2 AC. Now compare here, we have BC, we have AC, we are about to get root 3. By taking square root, if you take square root, what will happen? What is square root of 3? Square root of 3 will be square root of 3 only. Square root of AC square will be AC, 1 AC will come out. What is square root of 4? Square root of 4 is 2 is equal to, here also you are taking square root, BC square root will be 1 BC will come out. Correct? This is BC into BC, so one side will be coming out. So now see what you want and what you got. We wanted to prove that BC is equal to root 3 upon 2 into AC. Same thing we got, BC is equal to root 3 upon 2 into AC. So hence proved. I hope you understood. So in the first part, from the construction we got easily the part that we wanted to prove. In the second part, you should take Pythagoras theorem. You have to apply Pythagoras theorem for the first triangle, that is ABC. And then by taking the part which you had highlighted, that is AB square is equal to half of AC, from that you will get the remaining proof easily. Okay, so learn the proof and try to solve it on your own after practicing it well. So we have completed 30, 60, 90 theorem well now. I hope you understood it. Now we will meet with another theorem in the next class. Till then, bye students.